Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for tonight's NBA slate on Friday, April the 26th. We've got, once again, 3 games tonight. We got Game 3 of the Bucks and Pacers series, we got Game 3 of the Mavericks Clippers series, and we got Game 3 of the Timberwolves and Suns series. So a 3-game slate for Friday night. I've got 2 early props that I do like for tonight's slate. Taking a first look at the board on Thursday night. So we're going to talk through these 2 plays. We're going to share why I like them. Before we do get started though, guys, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos and if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks and if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. And also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper. You guys can check out Sleeper, linked down below in the description, or again, just use that code NOAH over on Sleeper, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $500. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are a DFS pick'em app similar to Prizepicks, where you pick over or under on player projections, you build out an entry, you're able to make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper, and you're able to win up to 100x your money. Sleeper also, they do a lot of discounts throughout the week. They'll give out occasionally they'll give out free squares. They'll do discounts on points projections for NBA. Sometimes they'll do like MLB discounts, and they'll discount pitcher strikeout props. So you can take a look at Sleeper, see all they have to offer. Obviously, you want to be taking advantage of those discounts as well. And for new users, you will automatically get a free square added to your account if you're a new user. So when you sign up, make a deposit, use that code NOAH, you'll automatically have a free square that you can use towards any entry. So check out Sleeper, guys. If you're interested, again, use that code NOAH. When you do sign up, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $500. But let's go ahead and talk about the plays I'm liking for Friday. Now, I do want to recap the 2 plays we gave out in Thursday's video before we talk through today's plays. So really like the plays on Thursday, man, and we got an absolute heartbreaker. So we did hit on Jalen Brunson over 34.5 points plus assists. Brunson had a huge game, had over 30 points, over 10 assists, cashed relatively easily. But man, we took Jamal Murray over 23.5 points. I just got done watching that game. I'm literally recording this video as that game just finished. Watched the whole game, and it was just heartbreaking, man. We needed 4 points from Jamal Murray heading into the 4th quarter. He plays the entire 4th quarter, doesn't make a single shot. He scored 2 points in the 4th quarter, and both those points came from free throws. I can't believe it, man. Like, I've been running so bad lately. Like, I've just had the worst luck. Also, I played Jamal Murray's over fantasy score, gave that play out on my Patreon, and Jamal Murray went under his fantasy score by 1 point. He tied his projection. His line was 41.5. He had 41.5 fantasy points with like a minute left, and then he turned the ball over, went under, and never got any more fantasy points after that. So I was rooting for him to go over his fantasy score, was also rooting for him to get 2 more points, and neither one of those things happened. It's just like, come on, man. Like, you can't give me a break here. Like, I've had the worst luck pretty much this entire week, like the last 4 or 5 days. It's been very, very frustrating, man. But I still try and come on here, guys, with a smiling face. Sometimes I do. You can probably tell I'm a little bit frustrated right now, but still want to try and come on here, give you guys the best information I can, the best analysis I can. It obviously sucks when the plays aren't hitting, especially when I feel like I'm doing the research and putting the time in. But man, when you lose one like that, like we did Thursday night, it's just, God, that just takes the life out of you, man. But we got to stick to the grind, just keep trusting the process. I know we're going to start winning again, but it's been very frustrating this week, having just constant losses and then losing like that Thursday on a prop that we probably should have easily won. But what can you do, man? You move on to the next day. So let's talk through the props that I'm liking for Friday, guys, and let's go and talk through them. So first prop I'm liking is going to be a points prop, and we're going to look at Paul George at 20.5 points, and I like the over here more than 20.5 points for Paul George, and let's talk through why I like this prop. So Paul George has been pretty good in this series. He has scored 22 points in both games so far against Dallas. Even with Kawhi Leonard returning last game, we still saw Paul George put up 22 points. He was still relatively aggressive. He had 14 shot attempts last game, shot 7 for 14 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, went to the free throw line 6 times as well. Paul George also led the team with a 25% usage rate last game. So even with Kawhi back, Paul George still got a good amount of usage, and that's obviously something we want to see. Plus, if you look at the minutes for Paul George so far in this series, he's been playing huge minutes now. He played 37.5 minutes in game 1 of this series. I think he lost like a minute or two for blowout. And then last game, he also played 37 minutes, but he was in foul trouble last game. And if you look at the rotations, so Paul George, I think he picked up his second foul. I want to say it was like with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. I'm going to pull up the rotations real quick. So Paul George picked up, or excuse me, not his second foul, but his third foul. So he picked up his third foul with about 2 minutes left in the second quarter and had to sub out. So he lost about 2 minutes because he picked up his third foul late in the second quarter. And then he played most of the third quarter, he played most of the third quarter, but then he picked up his fourth foul with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. So Paul George lost about 4 minutes of playing time last game for foul trouble. I think if he didn't have that foul trouble, he probably would have played like 41 minutes last game instead of 37. So if this game's competitive, if there's no foul trouble for Paul George, I think we're going to get like 40, 41, 42 minutes from him here. He's been playing big minutes so far in the playoffs. Usage was still good last game, even with the return of Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard also, like, he wasn't super aggressive last game, didn't have a super high usage rate. So maybe like Kawhi Leonard is not fully healthy right now. I mean, that's kind of just speculation. That's not really, I don't have any analysis for that, but maybe Kawhi isn't fully healthy right now, so maybe we'll see Paul George take on a bigger offensive role. But it was good to see him have, still a 25% usage rate last game, still took 14 shots, still played huge minutes. And if you look at this season, when Paul George has played at least like 37 minutes, I want to say he's gone over this points prop in a large majority of his games. So I pulled up his game log, looked at games where he's played at least 37 minutes this season. During the regular season, in 23 games, playing at least 37 minutes, he went over this points prop in 17 out of those 23 games. So most of the time when you get 37, 38, close to 40 minutes from Paul George, you can typically bet on him putting up 21 points. And I like this matchup for him against Dallas. I don't think it's the worst matchup by any means. I also think with this game now being played in Dallas, I think that makes it more likely this game is competitive. So a lot of things to like here for Paul George. Give me more than 20.5 points for him as our first play for tonight. And then the other play that I like to pair with that is going to be a PRA prop. And we're going to look at Karl-Anthony Towns at 26.5 PRA. Also like the over here for Cat. I think this is a really good buy low opportunity for Karl-Anthony Towns. So if you look at so far in this series, Towns, he did go over this PRA line in game one. He had a really big game, was pretty aggressive offensively, put up 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He only played 27 minutes though in game one. And if you look at his rotation, he played a pretty good rotation in the first half. He played about 17 minutes in the first half, but then he pretty much got no minutes in the fourth quarter. He only played like a minute in the fourth quarter. He subbed in with about 5.5 minutes left, played a minute, and then subbed out because the game was a blowout. So Karl-Anthony Towns did not get full minutes in game one because the game was a blowout. And then if you look at last game, he was in massive foul trouble last game. He picked up actually his third foul. So he picked up 3 fouls in the first quarter. He picked up his second foul with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter, but they left him in the game even after he picked up his second foul, and then he picked up his third foul. So after he picked up his third foul, he did not play any minutes in the second quarter. And then in the third quarter, he played a pretty normal rotation, but then he wound up picking up, I believe his fourth or fifth foul. I think he picked up another foul in the third quarter. He played a few minutes in the fourth, but then got subbed out because, again, last game was kind of a blowout. Didn't really have to sub him back in. So we haven't seen Cat have a normal minutes allotment yet because game one was a blowout. Game two, he was in foul trouble. If this game's competitive and if there's no foul trouble for Cat, he's going to play over 30 minutes. And if you look at this season, when he's played over 30 minutes, he's been able to go over this PRA line in a large majority of games this season, playing 30-plus minutes. And I actually looked over his last 25 games, playing 30-plus minutes. He's gone over this line in 24 out of 25 games. So there's only been 23 out of 25 games. So there was 2 games where he played 30-plus minutes and didn't get 27 PRA. But over his last 25 games, 23 out of 25 playing 30-plus minutes, he has gone over 26.5 PRA. Cat is someone that can do a little bit of everything when he's on the floor. In game one, he had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. In game two, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Not only can he score, but he rebounds well. He can also get some assists. So I like the over of 26.5 PRA here. I was looking at a lot of his other props too. I think over 16.5 points looks pretty good. I was looking at some sportsbook odds. A lot of sportsbooks are favoring the over on 16.5 points for Cat. So I think that looks pretty appealing. I think PRA is my favorite though, just because with PRA, like, for example, his points plus rebounds line is set at 24.5. That was something that we've played before. I think we actually played that in game 1 of this series, and he went over that line. But I'm pretty sure I remember that day his PRA line, or his PR was set at 24.5, and his PRA was actually set at 28.5 that day. So I feel like we're getting a little bit of value here on the PRA. For the PRA to be better than the PR, we need Cat to get 3 assists. And this season, I mean, he's averaged like 4 assists per game. He's actually averaged 3 assists per game. But I feel pretty decent about Cat getting 3 assists. So I think I prefer like PRA over PR, but I like a lot of these Cat props. I think the books are projecting Cat a little bit low here just because of some foul trouble last game, blowout game 1. If we're getting 30 plus minutes from Cat tonight, I feel pretty good about him going over 26.5 PRA. Also, again, like over 16.5 points. I think that's a decent prop. If you want to take more than 24.5 PR, I don't mind that either, but I think PRA is my favorite here. So these are the 2 props, guys, that I'm liking for Friday's NBA games for the 3 games on Friday night. We're taking Paul George more than 20.5 points and Karl Anthony Towns more than 26.5 PRA. If you guys are going to tail these 2 plays, let's hopefully hit both these plays on Friday night and make some money. We had a disgusting beat Thursday, man. God, that was just brutal to watch. Hopefully Friday can be the day we finally get back on track. No bad beats on Friday. I pray for it, but that's all that I got for tonight, guys. Appreciate you watching. As always, hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And be sure to go check out Prizepicks as well. If you guys are not signed up for Prizepicks yet, use that code NOAH. When you sign up, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. But good luck, guys. Thanks as always for watching. We will see you guys in the next video.